Hello everyone, welcome to Unix programming. I am Professor Bharti Kale. So today we will discuss some other commands which are related to the directory. The first command is cp command, that is copy command. This command it will be used to copy the files or a group of files or a directory to some other files or the directory. It is going to create an exact image of the file on the disk with a different file name. cp command requires at least two file names as its argument. The first one will be the source name and the second one will be the destination. Just see the syntax here. cp options source file and the destination file. Even we are able to copy from source to the directory. Then see here, source to the directory will be there. Then n number of source files will be there, and at the end a single directory will be there. So just here, first and second syntax it will be used to copy the source file to the destination file or the directory. Here the source file will be your normal file and the destination file it may be a regular file or it may be a directory. Then the third syntax it will be used to copy the multiple source file, that is n number of source files will be combined and copied into the directory. Okay, then whenever we are using the cp command, okay, three principal modes of the operations we have to follow. These operations depends upon number and type of arguments passed in a cp command, that is two file names. Same thing, normal one, cp command is there, then the source file, then the destination file. If the command contains two file names, then it copy the content of first file to the second file. Okay, if the second file does not exist, okay, in the cat command we have seen that in the second, if the second command file is not exist, it is going to give the error. But in case of cp, then in that case it is going to create the file and then the contents will be copied. If that file is already exist, then it is simply overwrite without any warning there. So whenever you are using the copy command, just be careful to choose the destination file. Then the second will be one or more arguments. Means here n number of files will be there and a single directory. You are copying the n number of files to the single directory. Just make a note here. If the command has one or more arguments, specify the file names and following those arguments. An argument specifying the directory name, then this command copies each source file to the destination directory with the same name here. See, we are copying the n number of source file to the directory, but in that directory we have not specified any file name. So with the same name, those will be copied into the directory. If it is not created, means that is not existed there. And if already that file has been present in that directory, the contents of that file will be just overwritten. See a example. In the current directory, I have the two files and the one folder, a.txt and b.txt and the new. Okay. Initially, new is empty file. Just I am going to copy a.txt and b.txt to the new. Then when I see the new folder, I have the two files a.txt and the b.txt. Then if two directory names are present, source as well as the directory destination, both are directory files. If the command contains two directory names, the cp it is going to copy all files of source directory to the destination directory. Creating any file or the directories will be needed. If it is necessary to create any directories, that thing will be done there. This code of operation requires an additional option, that is R, that is for recursive. Because complete recursively you are copying the directories, complete structure will be you are going to copy there. In the above command, we can see that cp behavior depends upon the whether destination directories exist or no. If it does not exist, cp it is going to create it and copy the content of source directory to recursively in the destination directory. If the destination directory exists, then copy of the source directory become the subdirectory under the destination directory. Okay, just we will see here. We will see which all files are there. Okay, see cat abc, I will check. Okay, the contents has been present there. Okay, just I am going to say that cat, okay, wait, cat abc 2, sorry, source file you have to mention, so abc, then abc 2. Okay, sorry, cp abc and abc 2 is there. Okay, see, it is going to copy the content, so cat abc 2. Initially that file, even that file has been not created also before executing the cp command. See, abc 2 file was not exist, but here what I have done, cp abc and abc 2. Okay, so the contents of abc will be copied to the file abc 2. Then next we will see how the n number of files will be created to the directory. First I will check what all files has been present in the patch folder or the patch 12 folder. Okay, first I will check whether any folders are there. So ls, no files are there, so just come out. Okay, now see here what I will do, copy abc, then abc 1, abc 1 and abc 3. This file I want to copy into the patch 1 3. Okay, now check, sorry, ls you have to check. Just I will enter into the cd patch 1 3, then say ls. See, abc 1 and abc 3, three files has been copied. Okay, initially those files has been not created, those were not present in the patch 1 3 also. So with the same name those file has been created in the patch 1 3, and the even contents will be copied. See here, abc, just I am going to say abc 1 and abc 3 contents will be displayed. See, same, with the contents those file will be copied there. Okay, so with an option we will see, just I want to say that copy interactively the contents of abc to the abc 4. Sorry, how interactive option will be, minus I is there, so end. So abc is there, why it's not asking. Then cp 1 backup, it is if you want to create, then abc 5, one backup will be created. Okay, then if you want to copy the folder, means complete directory, so just I want to say minus r patch 1 3 comma abc to patch 1 4. So complete will be no such file. Why? Because I have moved that file. Because, okay, sorry, got it. Okay, now I will execute that patch C. Now cd patch 1 4 is there. Now display, see, it is going to have the two files abc and abc 1. Okay, see, these are the options for the cp command. The first one will be the I interactive. It will stands for interactive copying. With this option, system first warn the user before overwriting the destination file. Okay, so what we have done there, For example, just I want to copy the contents of ABC to the ABC1. So interactively I want to copy here. Okay, because already that file has been present and just I want to overwrite. See, whether you want to overwrite, if you are going to say yes, it is going to overwrite. If you are going to say no, means it will be not overwriting. So for the yes, if I am going to say yes, it will be overwritten. Okay, then B, with this option cp command is going to create the backup of the destination file in the same folder with a different name and a different format. One backup file will be get created there. Okay, we will see that one. Copy minus B ABC, then ABC1. Okay, just I will see ABC ABC1. So the backup file will be created with the tilde there. Okay, the overwriting. You are overwriting the content of that folder file, right? So the previous data will be backed up by the other name, that is ABC and the tilde. Then minus R is there, copying the directory structure. With this option, cp command will show its recursive behavior by copying the entire directory structure recursively. Then next is WC, that is word count command is there. It will be used to find out number of lines, word count, byte and the character count in the files which has been specified in the file arguments. If I just want to make a count of how many number of lines are present, words are present, bytes are present and characters are present, then in that case I can use the WBC command. By default, it is going to display the 4-columnar output. The first column, it is going to show the number of lines present in the specified file. Second, number of words present in the file. Third, number of characters present in the file. And fourth, the file name itself. So the option format is WC, option and the file name. Okay, these are the option here. Minus L is there. See, by default the each and every information will be get displayed, but in some cases what happen, just I want to count the number of lines or the words or the characters. In that case we can go for the options. Minus L is there. This option is going to print the number of lines present in a file. With this option, WC command is going to display the 2-columnar output. The first column shows the number of lines present and second will be the file name itself. Then W is there. It will be used to display the number of words. Here also the output will be in the 2-columnar. The first column will display the number of words and the second column it will be the name of the file. Then minus C is there to display the count of bytes. The output will be in the 2-column. First column will be display the number of bytes present in the file and second will be the file name. Then minus M is there, which is going to display the count of characters from the file. Then capital L is there, which will allow an argument minus L. It can be used to print out the length of the longest line in a file. Okay, the longest line in a file. So for that you are going to use the minus L option. Okay. So now I am in this one. So I will say that cat ABC. Just I will check. Okay, 2 lines are there. Okay, just let me make some changes here. VI of ABC. What I will do, I'll copy this. Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. Then here I am going to something. Then here Luki is there and this one. Okay. Now we'll work on the WC. Then just I am going to say that ABC. So see here, 5 lines are there, 67 words are there, 394 characters are there, and the name of the file will be the ABC. Okay, do one thing, I will clear it, then I will display the ABC contents. Okay, now we will see WC, then the ABC. 5 lines are there, 1 2 3 4 5 lines and the words. Now I want to display the single line, so minus L, then ABC. See, only 5 lines are there. I want to display the word count of ABC file, 67. Then word count of characters, okay, bytes, sorry, ABC in the next. So WC minus C, then the ABC. It is going to display the number of characters. Then WC minus M, then ABC is there, which is going to display the same thing, character and the bytes. Then WC minus L and ABC is there, which is going to display the longest word. Okay, so my longest word, how many are there? Just that will be displayed there. Okay. Then the next command is OD, that is octal to default command. Here we are going to see octal to the default command. OD command in a Linux, it will be used to convert the content of input in a different format with the octal format as the default format there. If more than one file is specified, OD command concatenates them in a listed order to form the input. The syntax will be OD option and the file name. It can display the output in a variety of other formats including hexadecimal, decimal and the ASCII. It is useful for visualizing the data that is not in a human readable format like executable code of a program. Okay, the options are minus B option, which is going to display the content of input in a octal format. Minus C is there, content input in the character format, and is there, display the content of input in a character format but with a no offset information. Then dash is there, accept the input from the command line. So we will see the OD. Just I will say ABC 3. So here it is going to display the data in a octal format. Okay. OD minus B, then ABC 3. It will be displayed in the binary format. Then OD, binary and the character format, sorry, minus B and the ABC 3 is there. So sorry, there is no space between. Okay, see, with that character that will be displayed here. Okay, the character and the binary value of that character will be displayed there. Then the next command is RM command, which will be used for remove command. So RM command deletes one or more files. It will be used to remove the object such as files, directories, symbolic links and so on from the file system like the Unix. RM is going to remove the references to the objects from the file system where those objects might have had multiple references. Okay. The syntax will be RM option and the file name. Removing a single file at a time, just you have to give the file name here. If you want to remove more than one file, just you have to give the list of file names. Then next the options, same thing. I, it will be used for interactive deletion, F for forced deletion. I, so before deleting, the working of I option will be same as the CP command. Okay, then forced deletion means RM prompts for confirmation removal of the file is write protected. If you have the write protected permission and you are trying to delete that, you don't have a right to delete any file, but you are trying to delete them, so forcefully you have to delete that file. In that case you have to use the -f option. Then R is for the recursive deletion. Same, the working of -r is same as your cp command. Okay, then so we will see the example here. Cell rs. Okay, just I want to remove the file, so rm is there, rm abc, sorry, rm abc. So see here that abc file will be get deleted. Initially abc was not here, it's there, and here it will be get deleted. Now I want to use with the option I abc1. So whether here you have to give the option whether you want to delete or no. If you are going to say yes, then that file will be get deleted here. Okay. Okay. Then next is move command. Move is used to move the one or more files or the directories from one place to the another in the Unix file system. If it is moving the file from one location to the another location, then what cp command is doing here? Even cp command is going to copy the file from one location to the another, but the difference is that the cp command, it is going to copy the contents from the source to the destination, and the source file contents will be remain as it is. But the mv command, it is completely remove that file from the source to the destination. Means it is, we can say that the cut paste operation will be performed here, where copy will be directly copy paste operation, but mv we are cutting and we are pasting it. So it has two distinct functions. The first one is rename a file or the folder. It moves group of file to a different directory. No additional space is consumed on the disk during the renaming. So mv, option, source and the destination. So options are same with your rm. I is there for the interactive, f is for the forcefully deletion, and no clobber is there with the n. mv will prevent existing file from being the overwritten. Okay. First I have to check which all folder files are there. Okay. Now I want to move the file abc3 to the folder patch11. So move abc file to the patch13. Go to patch13 folder and check. See here abc3 will be pasted here. Okay, and come out and check whether in the source directory that abc file is present. See, from this the abc3 will be cut and it will be pasted in the patch13. Okay. Thank you.